Hey guys, so by now, after the first two parts, you should have all the centers solved in the correct color scheme. Double check before you move on with using your 3x3 or whatever. So now, what we need to do is match up these pairs of two edges in order to just solve it as a 3x3 and then fix the parity errors. Pretty easy to do. So let's start with this red and blue piece. Look for the other one. Here it is. Red and blue. They're straight across from each other, which is, we don't want that. So how to do that? It's pretty easy. You just take one side, it doesn't matter which one, vice versa, whatever. And you can do like R prime, D, B prime, or something like that. Just, it's pretty intuitive to make them so they're kitty corner from each other. That's what you want, and you also want them facing opposite colors. And then what you do is you turn the inside layer so they match up, move it up to the top layer, that's where it is, bring in a bad edge that's not matched up, bring that back down, and then realign your centers. Pretty simple, isn't it? Well, it gets harder, don't worry. So now we look for more. Here's two that match, so we do those little fixers, so to speak, you know. And then you match them up, put them in the top, bring in a bad edge, bring that down, realign. Let's look for more. We got the yellow and red. Once again, a little, you know, parity fixer, whatever you want to call it. And do the same thing. With this knowledge that I've showed you, that should get you pretty far. But then you come to a point such as this. You're looking for another edge, green and white. Here we go. I think life's all good, and so you match it up. You bring it up to the top layer, but then there's no more bad edges to bring down. This will occur when you have three correct matched up edge pieces in place. So what you want to do, instead of replacing it straight with a bad one and moving another bad one in, you want to replace it with another solved one. So you just turn this layer to put it to a solved one, replace it with a solved one, then bring in the bad one, bring it down, realign. And then you can just fill up the other side as well. But this should be enough for you to get pretty far in solving these edges. There's one parity error that will occur before solving it as a 3x3, and several that will occur after. That will get very complicated, but don't worry, just bear with me here and we'll do just fine. So keep matching them up, bringing them up to the top and solving them down. Whoops. And after a lot of messing around with it, let's see, you should end up with either all of them solved or two that need to be switched. I'll show you this in a minute. I'm trying to jump ahead of myself. Sorry about that. Okay. So once again, just match them up. Hope you can see what I'm doing just fine. Okay. Let's see. And it's pretty intuitive. If you mess around with it for a while just to get to know how this edge pairing works, you can really find a lot of shortcuts. I'll post probably another video about that later. So we got lucky, we didn't get any parity, but I'm gonna switch one just to show you. Okay. This cycled around 2. Okay, this is what happens. This is the parity error before. All the other ones are solved, but this needs to match up with that, and that needs to match up with that. So what you want to do is you want the 2 pieces that need to be switched in order for both of the pairs to match up. You want to put them in the right side. And this algorithm's a bit long, but it's pretty easy to remember just because it follows some patterns, if you notice. So you hold this in the up face, but these need to be on the right. You do L prime star to U, L prime star to U to F, L prime star to F, and then you do R star to U, R prime star to U, and then to L star. And what that will do is that will cycle those 2 and swap those. Now you can proceed to solving it as a 3 by 3. So I'll do some magic and show you that really fast. Okay, we're done, but it appears we have a dreadful parity error. So stay tuned for the final part, and we'll show you this parity error and the many others that require long algorithms. But don't get discouraged, because you'll learn how to solve this eventually. Part 4, or whatever part it is, right here.